Since morning, we've had a discussion around various aspects of, artificial intelligence, technology first. But however, we are actually still, living in the physical world and trying to, do businesses in the virtual world. So it's actually, a cusp that we are, kind of present in right now. So I'll begin, I'll open this question and, whoever is comfortable can take it up. In terms of, how businesses are leveraging generative AI and interactive AI to improve customer acquisition and reduce processing costs. And of course, the role of these technologies in enhancing customer experience, or rather, I would say in customer experience. So, Nikita, if we can begin with you.
Yeah, thank you for the question. So, very interestingly, generative AI and interactive AI. So I first start with generative AI and how we at Giva are, able to leverage it. So, for example, Giva is an online jewelry brand. I mean, we are also having our offline stores, but majorly we are online. So there we require to launch at least 40 to 50 products every year because we are targeting the fast fashion market. And before say 6 months ago, we had a team of 10 to 15 people who would spend weeks to edit those images because it has to be that picture perfect so that people can go and buy it. So how we have the generative AI has helped us right now is automating some of the repetitive tasks involved in editing those pictures. So that is one thing, and it also took us a lot of time. In fact, that is a work in progress right now, where the machine is learning about it. If it's a silver product with stones, then what kind of attributes it has to take, and render it at the end of the day. And that is something that is I mean, a very in a very simple way, I would say, is where we are using the generative AI. I would just like to share a few more examples there. Apart from the creative side, like generating a photo or something, it is also helping designers in imagining things that they want to design. For example, if you want to tweak your logo of your company, so that is also something that sometimes the designer struggles to put their what's there in their head on the paper. So that's where AI is also helping us to generate inspirations for what is going on in your head. So these are just very simple things, and there are tools available for it which are very handy. They're available online. There are free tools. There are, and if you find it very useful, you can always take the subscription. So these are some of the examples where the generative AI is helping. And others can also
Sure. Sure, great.
share
Yeah.
their
I'm
examples if they
glad,
want.
you shared, very active use cases that you're actually, experimenting with in your organization. And
Right.
if,
And I mean, it's just the starting. I mean, like
yes.
everyone, in the other panels also said that this is, I mean, just the top layer of it. The more we go deeper into it, the more automated it can be, the more efficient it can be, and the more cost saving it can be.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right. Uh, Hitesh, you want to add something there?
So we at Square Yards, we work in three different domains. One is Square Yards, which is in real estate domain, and then we moved into one next step in our natural journey was mortgages, and then we moved into interior homes. So I will take an example from each industry how we started using Gen AI. So before Chat GPT 3.5, what used to happen was we everyone maybe all others in this room, so AI and ML was limited to predictive analysis. So those though the transformer technology was getting in shape, but there was no practical use case of those. So what Gen AI did is the content augmentation of each and everything. So like we always used to face challenge. We have squares.com was a real estate portal, and it was open to all the real estate brokers in the country. You can say 2 lakhs of them, and they used to post listing on our platform.
Right.
So you cannot teach them from which angle you need to click the pictures and what kind of descriptions you need to put for those listings. So we used to always, whenever we used to create the design of the page, the website, it used to look very beautiful. But when we used to take the page live with the images which we used to get from the ground and the data, those, it was not coming up as beautiful as it. So with the help of Gen AI, what we started to figure out what are the good images. We started creating the description of the listings, uh, which augmented the content of the site. Okay, and then when we moved into the interior homes, so designed a mood board of the clients. There what kind of design a client likes, whether he likes the white kitchen or he likes the contemporary style or modern style. He likes the wooden textures more. So those kind of mood boarding of the client, and then the starting of the design journey for the client started. Gen AI helped us a lot on that. So,
Right. Great. Uh, Manoj, I mean, I would like to know, from you. So, there is probably, probably some misconception or confusion, between generative AI and interactive AI. So, if you could, give us a, kind of a distinguishing features or the differentiation between the two, because there seem to be a lot of information, and it's like a flood of information, and the mindsets that are getting framed, there is no distinction there. So if we can hear from you, on this.
Thank you very much for asking this question. To be honest, since morning people are talking about AI, ML, generative AI. There's a flood of information right now we have. But important thing is we should understand what difference between Gen AI and AI. In one single language, Gen AI is basically a one-way communication, and in interactive AI, a bot you can say is a two-way communication. So in a my domain, basically, Gen AI is collecting all the information and keeping in database, like say in a technical standpoint. But most important thing is how you feed the data to AI or AI bot actually that going to be public domain. I give example, very live example. Like say, when you connect with your AI to public domain, call center or any website or mobile app, so that going to be interactive mode. And especially in travel domain, what happened? Travel people on a move, basically they interact with the AI and get the data in. How? For example, I forget my boarding card. I want to travel at the airport. Immediately I forget, oh, I need to have boarding card. Immediately we open the app and we chat with the AI and we get a boarding card handy. So these are very, hot use case where we can leverage with the AI and connect with them. Now, disconnect is basically we have to have those information ready in your database, and that we have to create with the Gen AI. This is a very important. Second is important point. Basically, people don't understand. You have a huge platform, cloud platform, where you can create huge infrastructure about the Gen AI to collect the information. But lacking behind is source of information is lacking today. Where you can get source, like say if you want to get the data from the Google or Wikipedia or somewhere else, that is not authenticated information. Especially in travel domain, I'm sure every domain is very important. Whatever information you capture and creating LLM, that's most important. How information authenticated? Who is the owner of the information? Like say, for example, if you're traveling to any destination globally, and you don't know what kind of visa required, transit visa or Senegal visa or business visa, those information should be have handy, and that's created by Gen AI. And you can Google it, you can get the visa information, but the visa information, duration, timeline, eligibility of visa, that's very important. You get from the concerned authority. So those information should be created, authenticated, then you can feed to AI. That's my take.
Right. Hitesh, you want to add something there? Yep.
yeah. So I would say generative AI is generation of the content from the one side of the information. Like if you are uh, when NLP, it's an advanced form of NLP, we started understanding the language of what happened with advancement of the LLM and transformer models, that computers started understanding the human language.
Right.
Okay. Earlier, if we, let's say, go 30 years back, the only interface of interacting with the computers was command line. You have to give the command, do this, add, or whatever. There was a proper syntax, and you have to give the command. Then we moved to GUI interface. There was a windows over there. You can close, those kind of interactions you were able to do with the machine. And now it's machine is able to understand our basic English language or Hindi language or whatever, or the mix of the languages as well. And so Gen AI, what it takes all those information from basic human language. It interprets that and give you an answer to it. But for interactive AI, what is required, that those generation part of the language understanding get integrated with my database, okay, my information which I have for the system. So if I have to develop a customer support based on let's say even a chatbot, okay, so it need to be integrated with my system so that my customer can get personal information,
Right.
not only answer based on the English or the language it is trained on, the information, the public information it is trained on. It need to answer specifically on what the information is for that client is stored in mind. So that's the difference between Gen AI and interactive AI, giving the personalized interaction to the clients based on the its desires which it has from my system.
So personalization is the key there, right? Right. So before I go ahead, any questions from the audience, if any, or should we continue the discussion? Anything? Okay, great. We'll move ahead. Now, in terms of understanding the key challenges for businesses they face while implementing these AI solutions in physical spaces. So your thoughts on what are these challenges and how they can be addressed effectively. So Nikita, if we can begin from you, if you have anything there.
Yeah, can
Yeah, sure.
yeah. So the question is the challenges
Challenges
that we
businesses
have
face
Yeah.
when implementing AI solutions in physical spaces.
physical spaces. Okay, so one small example I would like to. I mean, see. People have been setting up these kiosks, like if you go to the McD, you will have the kiosk where you can cut the queue, and you can get your own order and do the payments, etc. So that is one successful thing that they have been doing for a very long time. But now, to take it one step ahead, what now we want to do is if you are coming to a jewelry store, how can you have the products that are available online but not at the store? And if a customer is willing to see something, mostly customers come with a picture on their phone which they would have seen on an ad, and they come and ask for the product. So if we don't have the physical piece of that product, then how they can have it virtually there. So the virtual reality comes in play here, which for I think for a very long time we have been trying to crack it, but somehow it is not being implemented in the right way. So for example, small challenges there are, if it's a earring, it should come on the right part of the face. It should not come on the cheeks or somewhere else. So these things are, it's taking much longer time, because obviously it needs more data to understand each and everybody's face, and the attributes basically.
Right.
Yeah. So those are the kind of challenges are there, but I think in the long run it is all going to be solved with the help of all the data that that will get collected, and of course it will be solved.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Manoj, your thoughts on this?
Yeah, so when you're going to implement new thing, so it's very important. There are challenges. There are two type challenges. One is the technical challenges. The second is the business challenges. Technical challenges are very simple. Like say, when you host those AI bot or ML language, wherever you host it, cloud or on-prem, there are issue with the performance, issue with the response time with the bot with your database. That is kind of technical challenges. But I would say more business challenges. By, like say, for example, when you're chatting with the bot and what information you're going to share. That's from a security aspect. For example, PI information that cannot be shared. And you share me information, who is the right person to share? So those information should be go back and forth and also validate whatever bot communicate to the user, that's the correct user or not. So these validation is very important, and especially talking about data privacy is concerned. So these two challenges, I think we already achieved this, and of course, because a new guideline, new policies coming up, so we take care of those policies in place so that at least compliance should be in place.
Right. Hitesh, your thoughts on this?
So challenges, I would say, if it is specific to AI implementation in physical space, any technology which comes up, it faces similar kind of challenges. It's a you see the development in the technology as and when they get started implemented. Okay, let's say when Web 2.0 in the current form came into the picture, the data speed was not there. But eventually it got solved and people started using each and everything on internet. And similarly, it's people are not in the habit of using things. First, the acceptance of the user that you are not interacting with the real human being. The other side of the person is not a real person. So we did one experiment where we replaced the real estate agent and we started initiating call using the help of the human bots. Okay, let's say. So the interaction, so it's still in POC phase. So after after 1.5 minutes of the call, the client said, "Oh shit, this is a bot." So the acceptance that that you are not interacting with the real human, but it's a bot, would be the first challenge, I would say. But as people start, if I go to my parents' age, they were not habit of self-service on the internet for banking and everything. They also used to go to a bank and do the transactions. But now they also got adopted. They are using apps. They are sending. They are using UPI, and the acceptance is there that for any transactions you don't need a person. You can do it yourself. And the similar kind of acceptance will come for AI as well, that you will not interact with a real human, but you will interact with the bot, and it's perfectly fine.
Right. So, actually, the topic that we began with, is Phygital, the future of business in a digital world, a mix of physical and digital. So, I think we all agree on that. I think it's established that definitely this is going to be the future. So, considering this, what are the trends and innovations do you foresee in this Phygital space, when it comes to your respective individual industries? And how these emerging technologies like AI and ML will shape the way businesses interact with customers and expand their reach, in the coming time. So if I can, start with you from you, Manoj, and if you could give us your insights on this.
Of course, we can see AI, ML, and Gen AI is the future, especially in online travel space. Why? Because practical experience, basically you are basically moving from physical to digital, and we have a lot of use case where my call center, for example, we are earlier call is coming every day, 5,000 call a day, and now we can see the 40% reduce. That repeated question asked by bot, handled by a bot. That's we can see a lot of innovation, and we are doing the innovation based on chatbot and voice bot. And now, future, we're going to be more innovative in terms of if we have Gen AI information, authenticate information, that's going to be flow in the AI, and the AI will interact with the customer. And I would say 30 to 40% we can achieve the personalization. Exactly, in travel domain, people are not like to travel only destination. They want to all the touch point. They want comfort level. As I said, boarding card should be available on the way, and especially in all touch point, airport, landing, parking, those areas should be well connected, well informed to the customer. This is the technology used, especially in travel journey. And I would say future is Gen AI and connecting with the AI.
Perfect. Thank you. Nikita, your thoughts.
Um, so, I mean, we are talking about the phygital space, right? So, here, what I see the future can hold. I mean, specifically talking about our brand. So, our target is to expand off because we are present online. So, the plan is to expand offline very aggressively. Why? Because we want people to experience a physical store and they trust the brand more. But it comes with a lot of cost. So the moment we bring that physical experience digitally, it just helps the brand to grow in a much more efficient and cost effective way. So I mean we were just having another discussion the other day where we see that in future there would be stores, physical store experience digitally, because right now you will see offline you're having that digital experience, right, with help of the endless aisle, etc. Similarly, you will have spaces on your phone where you can interact with the products as if they are right in front of you, and that's how it's going to. I mean, that's the most innovative thing that can happen in future. Yeah.
Absolutely. Hitesh.
I will not say कि it will change. I think change is already here. Syllabus change हो चुका है. So
Right.
from past 1 year, ML was, let's say, the 50% branch of AI. It used to go hand in hand. Actually, around 1 year back, ML was the AI for everyone. Most of the things we will say कि नहीं नहीं ये AI नहीं है, ये तो ML है. ये भी AI नहीं है, ये ML है. कौन AI कौन कर रहा है? No one is doing AI. They are saying they are doing AI, but no one is doing the AI. But from past 1 year now, everyone is doing AI. So syllabus has changed. Things have gone way ahead in AR VR technologies. Earlier, when people used to go to buy real estate home, you used to see sample flats. और sample flats में building में कितना बना पाएगा builder? एक they can make only one sample
Yeah,
flat, right?
absolutely.
Which is on the ground floor. You cannot see how it will. Tower A may say balcony may say what kind of view it will get. But now with the help of AR and VR technology, you can select which this is the master plan of the project. You can you can climb the stairs, you can go, you are wearing a virtual headset, right? So you can go to any if builder is selling you tower number A, flat number 1101, which is on 11th floor, you can take a lift in using wearing virtual headset, go to 11th floor, go inside your flat, roam around, select interiors, put sofas, what kind of carpets you want, what kind of paintings you want. Before buying, making each and every decision, you can virtually imagine it, virtually see it on the virtual headsets. So the things have changed a lot in past 1 year. Right, yesterday I was reading a surgery done in Chennai hospital using Apple Vision Pro. So things are moving way fast. If we don't keep up the pace, we will definitely lag.
Right.
I would like to add a couple of points here. Technology was earlier available, but today adoptive technology is very important because it's a mindset. People mindset change also very important parallelly. Otherwise, it's very this transformation. What we talk about 1 year is not going to happen. But yes, if you talk about Indian context, people are very comfortable. They are very less interested to adopt the technology. But yes, people are changing, mindset is changing. I tell you one use case. We talked about QR code. QR code invented in 1994, and I remember at Narita Airport they have a QR code based check-in system. Now we can see after 20 years implemented in India. So these are adoptive is very important, and change the mindset is also important. Top of that, being Indian, human touch is also very important. That's why taking more time, because we have a segmented people from Y gen, X gen, and today we have a lot of people who basically not able to chat with especially 60 plus people. They still want to talk to people. Human touch also important. So this will take time, but of course we can see the better future, technology changing.
Right. So, Manoj, one thing I wanted to ask you, while we are actually growing within the, this five digital space, uh, concerns about data privacy and consumer trust definitely, are a growing, consideration amongst people. So, your thoughts on this, how this can be handled, and, if you have any use case that you can share, which indicate that, the kind of the scenario that we are in at the moment.
Yes, especially when you deal with the customer data, it's very important, especially when you put in the cloud. So you make sure the security of information, at least PI information, should be secure. You cannot share with your public domain or even partner. If you're sharing with a partner, of course, they cannot be misutilized for marketing purpose or any other purpose. Like say, for example, now today you can see every country have a local privacy policy, like say GDPR. GDPR is more strengthened today, and everybody, most of countries, basically copying GDPR process guideline. And last year, India government also introduced a DPDP Act, which is now phase of implementation. Now I got complete gadget of a DPDP Act, which is more strengthened than GDPR. So because some of the area they have covered, even though GDPR is not covered as of now. So yes, data privacy is very important, and I think it depends upon industry. Everybody should be ready, because if you any data privacy, any leakage of the data, personal data information, that is they pose a lot of huge penalty.
Right. Anybody from the audience with any question, or before we can take the final takeaways from our speakers here? Any questions? No, I think our audience is absorbing it all. Okay, we have one question. Can we have the mic towards the last table, please? If you could please also introduce yourself. It's not working. I think the mic is not working. Yeah.
Hi, good evening. My name is Gaurang and I'm from Giva Health Insurance. So when we are talking about AI, we are talking about the sales and the revenue. But I would like to touch base one more point here is that when we talk about any industry, we talk about when we go to a sales, customer does negotiations when there is a human touch in the particular sales. How, if I talk about travel industry, how you are solving this kind of a problem when it comes to AI in EaseMyTrip or maybe into travel industry, if you have any experience regarding that because it's very competitive environment I can see, because there are local vendors also who gives you a quote XYZ. Maybe that's my experience which I can see when I comes to any let's say any travel company website, and when we get a quotation from there, maybe AI is giving me the best of the best discounts, but then again there's no human touch. It's just a quotation from your side, and then we move ahead to the other person and dealing with the other person. So there's no how you are solving when it comes to the AI, and how you can maybe if you can share your idea on this thing. Thank you.
So what is the question actually? Can you
I think about negotiations, right?
Yes. So how AI can solve the negotiations while closing a deal?
Well, negotiation is something is a different, because AI will help you as of now. Your repetitive, questions answer, and if you talk about negotiation point of view, let's say for example, if you talk, pricing part, for example, you negotiate with the bot. Bot might be not help us, but yes, end of the bot, basically you connect with live agent. Live agent probably help you in terms of negotiation. For example, you ask them, I want to travel from X to Y, and there are flight price coming in the bot. That bot will give you the standard price. Now, standard price, either one person or any person they asking, bot will be remain the same. But what next? If you asking to bot, yes, can you have some discount over that? So maximum you interface with the coupon code, for example. So that kind of ready available coupon code you can bot can be help you in terms of sort of slightly negotiation part, but still not fully convinced. Then you can connect with a live agent. Probably live agent help you in terms of not only pricing part, also guide you how you best flight you can take, what is cheapest flight, what is cheapest route. Those things in negotiation you can be the live agent, not the bot. But yes, coming back, during the conversation, probably tomorrow when we have you know, Gen AI information, Gen AI information might be have a variable, live information about the any financial part. So maybe in future we can help to customer they negotiate with the bot.
In fact, I would like to add there. So that is the kind of scenario, where from a brand point of view, you have to take a call, what you want to direct to AI and where you want a manual intervention. Because, you don't want to lose on, those opportunities where, you can lose, your customers because, AI should not become a limitation at your business. So that's where one of the things that we have to be very mindful about with rising of AI is using it in the best way. And the human intervention is also very important, especially in when it comes to customer facing interactions. And so AI is for repetitive tasks, but the moment you find some cases, a corner case, that's where the human intervention should be implied, and that's up to the brand if they are able to solve it.
Right. They sure add something.
Yeah, and especially because this is where we currently are. I would say in future, if you train the model more on the negotiation part, the bots will also learn how to negotiate. And as I said earlier, the acceptance of the clients that they are interacting with a bot will come eventually. It's not there right now. They want to give a final price. If you even interact with the junior person, right? If you get a final price, you will always say कि आपके manager को बुला दो, right? Let me talk to him and get a final price from him. You want to have a final word from someone authoritative. This is the final word and this is the best price I can get. When you go to negotiations, right? और दिखाओ चलता है. And the same will, but once you talk to the senior manager, you close the deal. Okay, this is the final price. The same thing will happen with the bots. You will start negotiating with it. Bot will also learn that okay, people negotiate when they interact. They don't close it with me till I. So the AI will also learn that first I have to give a X price, then I need to negotiate to Y price, and they will learn. It's not that it's not part of their training. They will
Addition
get
to
trained.
that, actually, not negotiation, not in terms of pricing, negotiation in terms of your destination where you travel. Especially, I'm talking about the travel domain. Let's say, suppose I want to go in a holiday somewhere. Now, if AI or ML, they will guide you which place you have to go, which is cheaper than and which is best place. That kind of negotiation chatbot we can, they can negotiate with you online.
So I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, thank you.
And I think it's only time, till we see these advancements coming in, in AI as well. So any other question, or do we, take in the final comments from our panelists? Okay. So I think, Manoj, will start from you. Your final takeaway, probably say 2 points, in your sector, Phi Digital and the future, where do you see it?
Yes, challenge. First of all, your bot is very mature. We're talking about Gen AI now. So now that's not very important for us now today. Yes, we can see the transformation should be happen with an innovation way. And most important thing is security, which is very important in nowadays, so that we are working on security and we can see the future.
To you?
So two things here. One is when it comes to Phygital, when you are trying to build that, you should keep in mind that you should make it instant, because why people are going to opt for it, because the mentality right now is I want it right here and right now. So if you can solve that instant thing, and the connectivity. So because this is also if someone is experiencing your product online, and you're giving them an excellent experience, the same should be copied when they are going to their going to a physical space, so that should be connected properly. And the last, it should be very interactive and engaging. because with the lack of human intervention, things can get very monotonous, and at the end, humans want to be experience fun, and there is always this dopamine high that people get when they are shopping. So that is something that you have to keep in mind when trying to solve for Phygital.
Absolutely agree with you on that. Hitesh?
So we come from the oldest industry in the world, real estate. And that's the oldest business. But I would say we are the fastest adopter of the new technologies. If you want to experience how the real estate is adopting, uh, so you go to any Gulf developer websites, you see their metaverse. We have worked. There are clients. We develop metaverse for them. You can experience that how Beyond looks like in a virtual digital space, and how the DEMAC projects looks like in virtual digital space. It's a altogether different world. Hope the other industry will also catch up soon, and they will adopt this technology faster.
Absolutely aim into the future. And so thank you very much. I think it was very interesting use cases that you share with your respective domains. Very interactive, very interesting, and I hope there's a lot of learnings for the future that our audience and of course the industry has taken from this. So thank you very much for joining us.